John Gaxi here with 10-Minute Real Food. And today we're doing something really simple and under 10 minutes. It's an open-faced tostada quesadilla. So today we're making a very simple tostada quesadilla. And what we're going to use for that is some yellow corn tortillas. Now, you may think like, well, why don't we just use a tostada? Well, tostadas tend to be a little thinner, and so I want something a little thicker so it gives us that nice foundation to take on what we're going to put on top. So what we do is what you want to do is get a griddle and make sure you have enough space and make sure your tortillas don't have a hole. Make sure you have a nice space. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to make the tostadas. We're going to dehydrate all of the moisture out of it, and we're going to use that as our base for our quesadilla. So we're going to put this on as high as you can put it. I want that to soften, and then I want that to crisp. So meanwhile, while we're waiting for that, we're going to come back here and we're just going to chop everything that we need. And so here we have some cheddar that's already been chopped for us. We have some tomatoes. We have some olives. So let me go ahead and just put this on top of here. And I'm going to make two different versions. So I'll be showing you those two versions that you can make yourself, and some cilantro. Just a little bit of cilantro, a couple leaves. Put that on top as well. As you can see, I'm using this as my colander, so I don't have to dirty anything. Let's bring it over here to the sink. Give it a nice rinse here. I close it and I just shake it off. And I'm going to use this bowl here just to catch all my water for me. Alright, and we're just going to chop that up. I mean, you could use a food processor for this, not a big deal. I'm just making two quesadillas, so I really don't need to take all that out, but most definitely if you want to save some time and make it even faster than I do, use a food processor. No big deal. Chop that. Very nice. As you can see, simple. And I like to use all kinds of things. You can add any kind of olives. I'm making it a little more southwestern, as you can see here. Just chopping up some cilantro. Got a couple more leaves in here. And finally some tomatoes. Chop some tomatoes. Another thing I've used too is I've used mushroom. Whoa, what happened there? Did you blink? Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty. Our camera ran out of film. Anyway, so we have everything chopped. We're gonna take everything with me to the stove. And remember last week I made the Southwest chipotle mixture that we put on top of the mushrooms? We're gonna use that as well. But it'll be a variety, so if you don't have that, you can make something else. So I'm gonna put that here. You do need a spoon, a couple spoons actually. So we have, as you see, our tortillas are definitely started to warp up here, and they're starting to get nice and toasty. So you want to bring the heat down as low as possible. You want to bring it low. Sometimes I even bring it off the heat while the heat is lowering, and then we'll put it back on. So what we're going to do is we're going to dress it up now. And I'm going to put the cheese on there, on both of them. And it's okay if it falls a little bit, and we're going to clean it up after I put it here so it doesn't burn and have a burning smell. So you just put enough cheese there and enough cheese there. And now we're going to pick this up here, spread it out slowly so it doesn't ooze out from the sides. Same thing here, spread it out. And there we go. So I told you we were going to make two versions. The first version, we're going to use the chopped items that I made, or that I chopped. We're gonna put some tomatoes. And then we're gonna finish it off with some cilantro. Oh, and we forgot one thing. We forgot chicken. So we're gonna put a couple pieces of chicken in here. That'll melt nicely with the cheese. Very good. And then the other, so you see the cheese melting there. We could probably put it back on the heat now. Once you prepare your first one, you can put it back on. Then I'm gonna get some of the mixture of this Southwest Chipotle, spinach, corn, black beans, balsamic vinegar, garlic, what I made last week. Put some of that on there. Gives it a phenomenal flavor with the mix of the cheddar and the tostada. And if you want to get fancy, you can put some of that on top. You can put some tomatoes on top too. You know, just whatever the mood is that day. And then what you want to do is you want to create a dome. You want to create that heat. Turn it up just a little bit. You don't want your bottom to burn, but you do want to create that dome feel so that the heat captures in there. So we're gonna just give it all right, so sorry, our camera is trying to go to sleep. It's past it's bedtime. But as you can see, I finished here. They're nice and toasty, completely dehydrated. As you can see, a normal tortilla would fold, and nice and done. So I just took it off the heat, and you know, I left that dome, but now we're done. So we can go ahead and put it on the plate here. And really, this recipe doesn't take very long. I mean, you should be able to do this in less than 10 minutes. And as you can see, you have two varieties here. You have the Southwest Chipotle variety. If you don't have that, you can put black beans, you can put corn, you can put red onions, you can put whatever you have in your fridge, it doesn't matter. And we have some with chicken, with tomatoes, cilantro. So let's give it a try. See if it stands up to the taste test. All right, we'll try this one. You hear the crunch? That's a tostada for you. The crunch means you got it. And so it doesn't take very long. And the nice thing is that